back, guys, and to C++ tutorial. So in this tutorial of C++, we are going to talk about C++ and talk about some codes in C++. So what is C++? C++ is general purpose programming language. C++ is used to create computer programs, anything from art programs, music player, and even video games. It's used to create system programs, intensive programs, and so on and so forth. So like let me say like drivers and any other programs that are intense, computer intense. So okay. So the best way to the best way to learn a programming language is by writing programs. Typically, the first program beginners write is a program called Hello World, which simply prints Hello World to your computer screen. Although it is very simple, it contains all the fundamental components C++ program have. So I'm just gonna close this, and so I'm using code blocks, which is my IDE, to write C++ program, and I'm just gonna show you how I did this. So code blocks, open code blocks. So the best way to write typically the first program beginners write in the program called Hello World, which prints Hello World on your computer screen. Although it is very simple, it contains all the fundamental components C++ program have. That is the best way to learn a programming language, is by writing programs. So let's start by creating a new project in code blocks. You can use Visual Studio. If you can use Visual Studio, we can use code blocks. So click on console application, and console application is where beginners start learning programs. So click next. Make sure it's on C++. Next, I'll give it a name. I'm just gonna name it C++ programs. Okay, click next. So actually I made you can choose where you want to store your C++ program, and click next. So remember where you stored it, and click finish. So okay, now go here to the source, double click, and this our main. So this is a complete C++ program. Here I'm just gonna zoom this. Okay, so now let's examine this program line by line. This little program here, what this program does is, you remember I told you beginners start from writing a program that displays hello world on the screen. So this program only display hello world on the screen for us. Just run it with you. Just build and run. Click here, build and run. So if we run this, so now we have hello world on the screen, display hello world. After we click this build here, we have hello world. So let's examine this little C++ program here, and this program is having all the fundamental stuff of C++. So the first thing we need to examine is come on, let me just write this. Let me write something here. Okay, okay, I wrote something here, and I just want to explain that. Okay, this line, let's examine this line I wrote here, which is line 5. On line 5, C++ program start here. 2/ sign indicates, which is this slash here, indicates that the rest of the line is a comment inserted by the programmer, but which has no effect on the behavior of the program. Programmers use them to include short explanation or observation concerning the program or the code or programs. In this case, it is a brief introductory description of the program. So this doesn't have any effect in our program. It's just a way for us to tell any other program or make a note of our program. Like I can give a note like it print hello world. Okay, so doesn't have any effect on the program. If you run the program, you just run as if there's no comments. So what the compiler, C++ compiler does is that it just remove out the comments which are in the program and then execute your program. So these comments are here for you to know, remember some things, or just to give some note about some things. Okay, so now let's just change this a little bit so that we can see how things work here. So now in this hello world, just change it to your name. Like my name is James. Hello James. Oh, like hello James, how are you? How are you? Okay, now so just run it again. And okay, now what C++ will do for us is that it's going to ask me how am I. Okay, use it. Hello James, how are you? Okay, so now the next line I'm going to talk about is this line 1 here. Include IOStream. I'm just gonna make this include IOStream here. If you can see, let me zoom this a little bit. Okay, IOStream. I'm gonna explain about this IOStream. Include IOStream. Line begins with a hash sign, which is this hash sign here. Hash sign are directive read and interpreted by what is known as the processors. They are special line interpreted before the compilation of the program itself begins. In this case, the directive include IOStream, which is hash include IOStream, instruct the processor of C++ to include a section of standard C++ code known as header IOStream that allowed to perform standard input and output operations such as printing the output of this program hello world to the screen. So include IOStream. What it does is just like this IOStream is just like a file or like a header file that contains some operation, or let me say some functions that will allow us to print and allow us to do some operations, just like printing hello world into the screen, taking input from our users of our program. So like think of this as a game we're creating. So we'll need some like libraries, some frameworks already done by other programmers, and so something like that. So this is part of this. What this does is like include some functions of the C++ standard for output and input stuff. So this is just what we did here. This line is just outputting what we wrote in here. Okay, so now let's go to the third stuff, a blank line. Like this, we have a blank line here. There's nothing written here. We have many blank space here. Blank line has no effect on the program. They simply improve readability of the code. Okay, so they don't have any effect, just like C++, just like comment